A publishing company publishes a total of no more than 100 books every year. At least 20 of these are non-fiction, but the company always publishes at least as much fiction as non-fiction. Find a system of inequalities that describes the possible numbers of fiction and non-fiction books that the company can produce each year consistent with these policies. Graph the solution set. We assume that there are two types of books here. One is fiction and one is non-fiction. And so we're looking for the possible number of combination of fiction and non-fiction. And so we will let x be the number of fiction books. We have to be specific here. X is not fiction. X is the number of fiction books, and Y be the number of non-fiction books. And again, Y is not non-fiction book. Y is the number of non-fiction books. Once we defined X and Y in terms of the number of fiction and non-fiction books, we see that the company publishes a total of no more than 100 books. This means X plus Y has to be less than or equal to 100. Also, at least 20 of these are non-fiction. Non-fiction is Y, and so Y needs to be greater than or equal to 20. And we have the system of inequality. To graph this system of inequality, we observe that there is no such negative x and negative y because x represents the number of fiction books and y represents the number of non-fiction books. The graph of x plus y less than or equal to 100 has the x-intercept of 100 and the y-intercept of 100. And we would shade on the left-hand side of this because x plus y is less than or equal to 100. Y is greater than or equal to 20, and so we would wrap the line y equal 20 and we would shade everything above it. The part that we shaded twice is the feasible or the solution region, and so this is the solution set. Anything above the green line has a value of y greater than or equal to 20. This means the company can publish any possible number of compositions in the feasible region. Since the company wants to publish at least as many fictions as non-fiction, we're looking for a combination in order pair in the solution sets that maximize both x and y. If we pick a number up here where x equals 0, y equals 100, this means they would publish 0 fiction and 100 non-fiction, which is a solution, but it doesn't satisfy this policy of producing or publishing at least as much fiction as non-fiction. And so we would need to move down a little bit, but further right. As we move further right, we publish more non-fiction. As we move further up, we publish more fiction. But we still need to be in the feasible or in the solution set. The point that satisfies this policy is when x equals 50 and y equals 50, which is still in the solution set, which means they should produce 50 non-fiction and 50 fiction. How do we know that this solution satisfies the system of equation? 50 plus 50 is less than or equal to 100, and so the first inequality checked out. 50 is greater than 20, so the second inequality checked out. And there are infinitely many solutions here, but this order pair, this solution set, is the only one that satisfies these policies of producing no more than 100 books each year, at least 20 non-fiction, and at least as much fiction as non-fiction.